viewers, I spoke exclusively to RSS Ideologue S Gurumurthy, editor of Tughlaq, about the significance of this historic Dhwajarohan in Ayodhya. The man who was closely associated with the Ram Mandir movement explains why it is time to break free from the Macaulay mindset. He also sends out a strong message to the opposition, which has raised objections on Prime Minister Narendra Modi leading this ceremony today. Listen in. Joining us today on the News Hour is a very special guest, Mr. S. Gurumurthy, editor at Tughlaq. Sir, thank you very much for speaking with us here on Times Now. It was a very, very important ceremony in Ayodhya today. Dharm Dhwaj finally hoisted on the shikhar of the Ram temple. Can you explain to us what does it mean to you and to the entire country?
For someone who has been associated with this movement from the very start, actually, the Sri Ganesh for this movement was in Ahmedabad in 1983-84. From that time onwards, I have been very closely associated with this movement at every stage, not only from the perspective of the RSS with which was associated, the BJP, the media, the Indian Express, and even in putting together the opposition parties in 1989, in which Ram Janmabhoomi on the one hand, and the Mandal movement on the other. We had to put these contradictions together to defeat Rajiv Gandhi. In all this, I had a role. I could see it was no political movement. It was not a religious idea. It was the civilizational aspirations of India which transcended religion. In fact, religion is a very narrow word to understand any of the Indian religions, whether it is Hinduism, Buddhism, Sikhism, Jainism, because none of them hated other religions. Every one of them was doctrinally tolerant. There is no doctrinally tolerant religion outside Indian civilization. I am not saying it. This is what the Encyclopedia Britannica said when it dealt with about what Hinduism means. And that definition was adopted by the Supreme Court in 1976 in a constitution-based judgment. And that was adopted in the 1996 Hindutva judgment. But all this has not come into public discourse because the media did not really probe the meaning and the content of our civilization. And so the word religion itself is inapplicable to any of the Indian faiths. So, if you look at it in that sense, it was a civilizational rise transcending the limits of religion. And in fact, all religions accept, the so-called religions in India accepted Rama, whether it is Buddhism, Jainism. You take any religion, Rama would figure in that because Rama was a civilizational figure. And that is how we all viewed it. And in fact, the politics and political parties and even the media and the intellectuals and the historians, they all couldn't grasp it because of what Prime Minister Modi said, the Macaulay effect. Because they understood every one of our ideas only from the Western prism. They had to look at the Oxford Dictionary to understand what is dharma. There is no word dharma outside Indian civilization. So, what happened in the last 40-50 years is the gradual and calibrated transformation of the Indian mind. It is consistent with the way India works. We never worked on revolutionary models. We never worked on anarchic models. And India has responded to anarchism through non-violence. That's Mahatma Gandhi. And so here and there may have been some incidents. It was a very, very peaceful and transformation, considering the massiveness of the transformation that took place through the Ram Janmabhoomi movement. It was a peaceful movement. Okay. And it was accomplished through law. Okay. And courts. So finally what we have got is a symbol of our civilization. It's not a matter of victory. It is a matter of asserting our civilizational ethos.
Well, I completely understand people who have seen this entire movement from the 90s till now. It is a very emotional moment. It's a very emotional ceremony. It's a dream come true moment as well. But what will you say to the people of this day and age? I'm specifically talking about Gen Z. I'm specifically talking about the people who have not seen that movement, who only are seeing what is happening in the society right now.
I will give you a helicopter view. You see, the post-World War order was shaped by America, and it was an anti-civilizational order. In 1951, in the Measures for Development of Underdeveloped Countries, the United Nations said, what is the purport of the world order? It is for development. If you want to develop, you have to scrap the old philosophies. Give up all your social and religious institutions. Unless you do this, you cannot develop. This was a common point of agreement between Soviet Union, that is Communist Russia, and America at that time, because neither of them had one opposed civilization, and America did not have any civilization at all. And from there, China even went on a revolution to destroy its civilization. Russia destroyed its civilization. Millions and millions of people died. But in 2021, the Chinese President Xi Jinping said that China is rising as a civilization, and Chinese civilization will guide China now and forever. There is a civilizational shift in the world. The same thing happened in Russia. Putin openly declared in 2024, Russia is a civilizational state. Now, these two were transition from communism to nationalism. I am taking you to Japan. In 2001, you may have known about Yasukuni Temple. Yasukuni Temple was barred by Americans during the occupational rule from being celebrated. Nobody visited, in which 2.8 million Japanese soldiers' name is written. And in 2001, Koizumi went there and worshipped. The whole world pounced on him. And then in 2011 or 12, when Abe came for a second time, he worshipped. First time he didn't. The media asked him, what do you say? I'm sorry I didn't come for the first time when I was the Prime Minister. I didn't come. I feel very sorry. Now, the proscribed Yasukuni Temple has been legitimized. The same transformation has taken place in India. It is also through political legal process, not through revolution, not through bloodshed. This is what the Gen Z should know, that we have our identity, we have our non-conflicting identity. None of our ideas or people or institutions clash with anybody.
Okay. But some say that, some criticize, in fact, calls for making India a Hindu Rashtra. They say we're all moving towards that.
You see, there is a difference between Hindu Rashtra and Hindu state. Rashtra has always been Hindu. That is why from the Sindh civilization, Great Bath days, till today, Kumbh Mela is taking place. Nobody publishes an invitation for that. People assemble. 65 crore people, or they say 67 crore people assemble. This is what? All kinds of religious people, all religious pursuits, diversity. If you go there, I was there for 3 days. The diversity you say they are put together is more diverse than the rest of the world put together. So to say that this is Hindu Rashtra, it is Hindu Rashtra, but it is not a Hindu state. In India, no king other than Emperor Ashoka ruled in the name of a religion. We celebrate Ashoka. No other king. In fact, in Tamil Nadu, all the 3 kings, Chera, Chola, Pandyas, they used to support all religions. Even Ashoka. He supported, you see the Ashokan edicts, you will be shocked. 2,500 years ago, the man said every religion must be supported. Their religions must have dialogue. They should not have quarrel. How did these ideas come? It didn't come to Ashoka in one day. This is in the DNA of India. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, Ano Vadraha, Kartavo Yantu Vishwataha. Let the noble thought come to us from all sides. These are all the thoughts which have entered into the DNA of India. So to say that it will be Hindu state is nonsense. Because even Hindu is not one. It is not one method of worship. It is not one God.
Okay. Mr.
Rashtra is Hindu because it is cultural.
Okay.
State can never be based on faith. I think there is a lot of clarity is needed. Again, there is a Macaulayan confusion as to what is Hindu. Read the Supreme Court judgment in 1996. You will get to know what is the word Hindu. Supreme Court says it is the ethos. It is the way of life. And it is the ideal of India.
Okay.
You take it like that, you will never feel that you are entering into a narrow domain.
Interesting. Now, Mr. Gurumurthy, you mentioned about the political legal process that's being followed, but then several people have also raised questions on why Prime Minister was leading this particular ceremony. They say it's a secular country and it's not the correct message that Prime Minister has given by leading this very, very important ceremony that according to them is linked to a particular religion, like it or not.
Actually, I told you, they also suffer from a confusion about what is religion. And you know how the Hindu law and constitution define the word Hindu? Anyone who is not a Muslim, not a Christian, not a Parsi, is a Hindu. It is because it is a residual idea. There is nothing like this is Hindu. Jains are included, Buddhists are included, Sikhs are included. And how do you say it is a particular religion? So, to classify this as a religion and the Prime Minister should not participate is completely wrong. The second thing I tell you, the Prime Minister participates as part of the movement which was led by the BJP. And it became part of the judgment of the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court settled this issue. The law in this regard was passed by the Congress party. The settlement of Ram Janmabhoomi, that law, which said that you acquire that land and give it to a common person, and then the court will decide who it belongs to. In fact, I had a role in drafting this law at the time of VP Singh. Narasimha Rao himself has referred to it in his memoirs. That court, law, people, the people elected that party. So it was a social, civilizational, constitutional, legal process. You may not like it, but it has gone through a process. Nobody went and seized power by a revolution and established Ram Temple. So I think those who want to oppose, they will. It is partly or mostly or wholly vote bank politics.
Okay. Opposition netas specifically have also injected a caste angle to this entire controversy. Some in the opposition are saying that this entire event is politically motivated with the eye on upcoming elections, be it elections next year or elections in Uttar Pradesh later. Then, some of them from the Congress specifically has said that the MP from this area, Avadhesh Prasad, was not invited because he is a Dalit.
You see, it's always, in fact, they do not know that the first stone for the Ram Janmabhoomi movement was laid by a Dalit from Bihar called Chaupal. Do they know that? Because they read newspaper every day and forget what happened in the previous day. You have to have a long view which covers the entire movement. This is one movement which transcended all castes. And you are asking for invitation. When invitation was extended, all rejected it. And now they want invitation. Is it not politics?
Okay. Last question before we let you go, Mr. Gurumurthy. Now, whatever you may say for BJP, it is an extremely important issue, and clearly for a political party, anything that the party does, if that translates into votes, I mean, it's something that the party won't really mind. We did not really see the Ram Mandir inauguration, the grand Ram Mandir inauguration really helping the BJP earlier. BJP lost Faizabad. The kind of symbols that have been used in, this particular temple, do you think it could in some way positively help BJP in the upcoming elections, say in Tamil Nadu and all, because it uses some Dravidian elements too? Do you think it could have any kind of an impact?
But why do you think that the Dravidian elements have been used? It is Tamil elements that have been used. Where is the word Dravidian? Dravidian is racial. It's not ideological.
Okay.
In fact, the founder of the Dravidian party, E.V. Ramsam Naik, said Tamil is a barbaric language. Tamilians are barbarians. Tamil literature means Sanatana Dharma. You destroy Tamil literature. He said Tirukkural is human stool kept on a golden plate. This is Dravidian. How many people in the north know that Dravidian means anti-Tamil? And they all changed it into Tamil worshippers only during the anti-Hindi agitation movement. Congress bowled a full toss and they hit it for a 6. Congress lost to Tamil Nadu and Congress lost to Tamil itself to Dravidians who hated Tamil. This is the truth. What the Prime Minister spoke is about Tamil, not Dravidian. And he spoke about how this temple represents the different states and different people's contribution. And like Rama was. So you can see, in democracy, in politics, what you are doing it for votes, if you say, they are also doing it for the votes only. And let us assume the BJP had the Ram temple inauguration had not helped the BJP. Why should the BJP undertake this task of doing it again? That means it is not for votes. If it is for votes, they would have said no Ram Janmabhoomi, as one BJP leader said in 1990, I still remember 1996 or so, that it is an encashed check. Most people would not view it like this in BJP also. Okay. Even if inaugurating this Dhwaj means loss of votes, there are many in the BJP say let us lose votes. That's the difference between BJP and other parties.
I think that's a very interesting way of looking at things, and we leave it there. Mr. Gurumurthy, always a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you very much for taking our time and joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you.